What is up, everybody? Damn it, let me get that down there. Alright, what's going on, everybody? Sorry, multitasking, man. I'm gonna be doing a lot of multitasking tonight. What's going on, people? Hope everyone's having a good Friday, good week so far. Hope everyone's gonna have an even better fucking weekend. Alright, waiting on Death Kitty here. What's up, Georgia? Guys, I'm gonna. Oh, here's Death Kitty. Death Kitty.
Hey, babe.
Hey, what's going on? Alright, guys, we got Death Kitty here. Welcome to Smoke-N-Sass episode 24. Today we've got, we're definitely excited about for a lot of reasons. We got a special guest, Georgia Redneck. If anybody's watched our channel before, you've seen him on a couple times. Did an awesome interview with him. Anybody new to the channel, because another reason we're excited, should be, if I say everything up right, we are now streaming on Rumble and X for the first time, as well as YouTube. So, welcome to any new viewers. But yeah, anyone.
Hey, Georgia. He's in the chat right now.
Yeah, that's But anybody new, Georgia Redneck, he is an independent artist. Check him out on Instagram, on YouTube.
He is now doing comedian stuff right now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He is doing comedy and stuff too. But guys, go check him out. Georgia Kitty, whichever one of y'all, if y'all want to drop his link in the chat, guys. Guys, please go check him out, man. Oh, you're good. You're good. But yeah. So anybody new to the show, also, we talk about a lot of different shit. Usually we kind of open up and just kind of bullshit for a little bit before we kind of hit the topic of the day. But we do go on rants. That is what we do. The way we come up with these episodes, we don't script anything. We get kind of a general idea of things we want to talk about and everything. But for the most part, we really just shoot from the hip. And, that's what I like is, I feel like we can organically, all of us, people in the chat, us, here on the screen, it's organic and we can build and just make more creative thoughts and more intelligent conversations, because I feel like if you script it out, it loses the heart and the meaning in it. So if you hear us go on rants, guys, it's just, we get passionate about shit sometimes. Last thing I want to say, and then I'm going to have to be busy here for just a minute I want to check on the streams, make sure everything looks good. Last thing I want to say before I turn this over to Death Kitty for a minute is I just want to give a very big, very special salute to the Disney Corporation. All right,
here's
Kitty,
mine.
Take it from here. Fuck yeah.
Here's my Disney. So, I'm taking it from here. Where do you want me to start?
No. If you just kind of want to open up, get the links up, all that good stuff. Hey, Chrissy, what's going on? Thanks for joining.
We missed you. So good to see you. Seriously. I already got George's link in the chat. What other links did you want me to do, hon?
Just any that come up that we need to put up there.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Oh, and do you want to talk about that veteran organization? Did you ever find anything on that, or?
I did
not. The one
not.
over in Norman?
Mm-mm. So
Gotcha.
This is a really cool story, and he can go into it in a little bit more detail. Stoner Man can. He is making sure all of our streaming is going okay right now. But basically, where he works, he ran into an older lady, and she was telling him about both her daughter and her son are military. And her son actually, he served in Vietnam, right, baby? Is that right?
I think that's what she said, yeah.
Yeah. And he was affected by Agent Orange and everything else, and he was having a hard time with the VA. The VA was giving him the runaround, you guys. And he wasn't getting any help, really. and he reached out. They found this. Well, the mom had reached out to the news channel, the local news channel K4 over here in Oklahoma, and I guess they had told her about this organization for veterans that really helped him out. So we're going to do some more research on that, and in our future videos, we're going to go ahead and promote those guys because our military deserve better than what they get. So,
Absolutely. All right. Looks like the streams are good. Everybody ready to kick this off?
yeah.
Georgia, man, whenever you are ready, I'll throw this in the chat too, man. Go ahead, hop on that link, and we will get you up.
On Rumble, are you Stoner Me in 94, babe?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Hey, what's going on? Just doing. Man,
Hey, just
Gabe,
doing. How y'all doing?
you're tripping me out with those posts, man. For real.
I know,
You're
right?
on to some shit
Seriously.
there, man.
We're going to talk about some of that, what you went into on your post today, Gabe. You guys, anything that Gabe has put out there, we're going to give him credit for it. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, guys. We got Georgia Redneck. What's going on,
What's
man?
going on, y'all?
Hey, Georgia.
How you doing tonight, man?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Oh, man, we're good. Ready to do this, man.
So before y'all really get into it, Just Doing is another podcast, everybody. We like to lift up everybody over here. Independent artists, comedians. We like to lift up small business owners. We also like to lift up other podcasts. Just Doing Podcast is an awesome podcast with four completely relaxed, cool dudes, and they just talk about real life, real world shit. So I'm going to leave their link over here in the live chat. If y'all not anybody new has not subscribed to them, be sure to check them out. They're awesome.
What's going on? Just doing.
It got quiet. All right. Waiting on me, huh? But heck yeah. So, Georgia, I think you said you've been to Disney, right? Was it Disney World or Disneyland or?
Yeah, we went to Universal. I've never actually been to Disneyland. I've been to
Oh, okay.
SeaWorld and Universal.
Oh, heck yeah. So, man, was there anything like at Universal? Because I mean, surely it's got to be some sort of the same level of weirdness over there, right?
So we went to Halloween Horror Nights, and this rapper, y'all can look him up. His name's The Weeknd. Well, the year we
Yeah.
went, he had an attraction there, and we went through this thing, and it was just so fucking weird. Like, just the stuff in this place. Like, he had a room in this place, it was full of mirrors. I didn't quite get it, but the whole room was full of mirrors.
So
Was it
who
like
who
Funhouse
had it full
mirrors
of
or?
mirrors? Or
It was The Weeknd, the rapper. He may not be a rapper. He's some kind of singer.
Yeah, remember Kitty? He was the guy that had like the weird fucking cave
yes, I remember
that he
that.
had people like walking into.
No, I
Yeah.
remember. It was that whole demonic like Super Bowl show that he did.
And
Yeah,
I
he's
actually
done quite a
found out
few.
that he
Mhm.
is connected to a Satanist church in California.
Wow,
He
really?
is um, some kind of leader in one of them big churches.
Wow, that's not surprising though.
Wow,
There's definitely that dude's definitely into some dark shit, man.
totally.
For sure, he is.
So is he playing a show there too, or?
No, it was just a Halloween Horror Night attraction that he had. They built it off of his idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that had to be pretty dark, man.
It wasn't scary, it was just weird.
Yeah, just doesn't make you feel right, kind of deal.
Oh man, my stomach was turning the whole time.
Wow. What else was there?
They had the other was pretty good. The Purge, y'all ever watch that movie?
I've seen bits and pieces. I've never watched it though.
Well they had that there. That's the reason I went because I've always thought that movie was pretty badass.
Oh
So
yeah.
this was before I knew that they were liberal as they are. So we went there to see all the Purge stuff.
Oh heck yeah. Yeah, they got kind of dark with those movies too, didn't they? Like even more
Oh
like
man,
fucked up.
some of them are very very dark. And I feel like with movies and stuff, they know how to attract you. Like when you're watching a movie, it keeps your attention the whole time.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
man. I mean, do you feel like to you, Georgia, like that movies are not just desensitizing people, but almost trying to program them into finding some sort of like enjoyment out of like the just doing horrific shit to people, you know, like the hack and slash movies and stuff like that, or
I feel like some of these movies that they put out are influencing people in the wrong way. I feel like when it's exposed to the wrong person, I feel like somebody can take that and say, okay, hey, I can go kill this person and that person, and it's say, okay, they done it on the movies. Why can't I do it in real life? I feel like sometimes movies have a negative effect on certain people.
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge, you know, Rob Zombie fan. You know, I think his music is badass. You know, most of his movies I really like, and
Hell
a few
yeah.
I didn't care for, but I'm like, you know, House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects, man, I love those movies. But some of this shit, I just feel like in the last like 10 years is just it's a different kind of horror. You know, it's like it just doesn't make you feel right watching. You know, like I mean, it's like you watch Rob Zombie and you don't feel sick to your stomach, but then you watch something else and you're like, this is just too much. It's over the top.
Right.
Good to see you, Jess, doing. Go get some rest for sure.
Heck yeah, appreciate you guys, man. All y'all over there.
If y'all want to go ahead and get into Disneyland, I want to say something about Disney.
Oh yeah, let's do it, man.
First of all, here you go, Disney. Fuck you.
Hell yeah.
Hmm.
And I feel like Disney, what they're doing to our kids is very wrong. For one, when you got pedophiles working at your place and you're supposed to be all about children, supposed to bring your children to the magic kingdom, and it's supposed to be so enjoyable for your children. Well, it is for the children. It is enjoyable. But what about when they have the days where there's a pedophile, he's got his arm right around your child, and you're taking a picture and you don't even know what's going on in this guy's head.
Oh, absolutely.
Hmm. Are we
And how
still
many
on
of
Rumble,
them?
Baby?
Yeah, we're still.
Okay.
And how many of those guys are like dressed up in suits? Like you can't even see them. Like you don't know like what they look like. If somebody takes a kid and runs off with them, nobody knows what that guy looks like.
And you don't know that if a princess is, it could be a male dude. You don't know that because they're in a
Oh yeah.
costume. You don't know who it is at all.
Oh, absolutely. Or one of these,
Hmm.
you know, cross dressers or transgender or whatever, you know. Like, you know, for them it just seems weird that they are so attracted and, you know, hey, if anyone out there is transgender, fuck man, we don't care. But when you like all seem like a group of y'all seem to like be magnetized to like kid areas like
Right.
Disneyland, Disney World, again, going to schools and shit. Like, why are you hanging around children so much? Go hang out
Hmm.
with people your own age.
Exactly.
Right. Absolutely. 100%.
And it's like, look at Michael Jackson. I mean, fuck, amazing performer, man. No question about it. But what's up with the Neverland?
Facts. I need you to clip Chrissy's comment. Females can
Oh
too.
man,
Oh,
for
A
sure.
absolutely.
100%.
Sure.
It does not matter. Females can be predators as well. And I'm going to
Exactly.
go into a little story about that. Stoner Man has heard this story. I used to be a manager at a truck stop, and I was one of those managers that I would do the dirty work. I would clean bathrooms and stuff like that. I didn't put my employees on it. I believed everybody should take turns, including the manager. And I was in the bathroom because I was about to, go ahead and start cleaning up stuff in there. So I was like, okay, let me go real quick. And I was in there for a minute, and I heard this lady come in with her kid. And granted, her kid, I because you can see kind of in the cracks between the door, they were walking by to the stall right next to me. And her kid's kind of tall. Her kid looks like a little too old to be going to the bathroom with her. He looked like he was like 11 or 12. And I'm like, okay, well, you don't know. I mean, there could be something, there's a reason, whatever. And I'm sitting there and they aren't talking. And she does not have him turned around, but she has him, and you can tell because, like, that you can tell, like, sometimes you look beneath, you can kind of see people's feet. And you could tell he was in a standing stance. And she was going to the ground on her knees. And I'm like, okay, maybe he spilled something on him or something, Like, I'm still thinking like a normal person. And I could hear gasps and stuff like that. And I'm like,
Hmm.
um, and then I could hear him whisper, and she's whispering back, and she's telling him, shh. And I'm like, no, something's wrong here. Something like I could feel it already, but I was trying to convince myself because you don't ever want to think that about anybody, you know?
Right.
Um, it's a horrible thing. And you must have absolute proof because it does ruin people's lives, right? That's my thing about this. Yeah, like, if they are, yeah, bring the receipts, get them the fuck out of here. If they don't have receipts, that can ruin people's lives. But I'm like, okay, so I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not right. My senses are going off. I'm like, and I'm getting pissed. I got pissed, and I'm like, okay. By this point, they had been in there, and I decided to stay in there, for a minute because it's like I'm trying to convince myself this isn't going on, and I'm like, after a few minutes, there's no reason for that, right? So as I went, I washed my hands, and I'm slamming that door, and I come out there, I'm fucking marching, and I go right up to my maintenance manager that was there on shift, and I said, I know this is gonna sound crazy, dude. I said, but I think that woman that brought that little boy in there, I think she's molesting him. And he knew me. He knew I didn't exaggerate. He knew I wasn't the type that started shit for no reason, but he knew how I felt about it. I'm like, we need to get her, the cops called or a welfare check or something. And he goes and he's like, let me do this. So he goes and he's like, knocking because I was going to clean the bathroom. I didn't get to, right? He went and he knocked because it's an open area. It goes around a corner. So you can't see in the bathroom. He kind of like bangs the mop head, not the mop head, but the stick against the wall. Like, hey, everything okay in here? Whatever. And she's like, oh yeah, we're fine. The boy never said one thing. We're fine. Yeah, we're about to leave right now. And he's like, okay. So we were about to call the police anyway because it was weird. It was just totally weird. And we started on the phone with the police, making a report. And here she comes making a beeline with that little boy. They didn't stop to get any drinks. They didn't wash their hands. They ran straight out of that bathroom. And she's like, thanks, bye.
Well,
You tell me there wasn't something going on.
oh yeah, especially after
Yes,
stop.
women can be predators too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For
Disgusting.
real.
What's up,
Disgusting, for
Canada?
real. I mean, if I had been in your situation and had it been a man in the bathroom, I honestly wouldn't have went out and got nobody. I'm the type of man that, we don't call 911 around here. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to kick that door down. And if I see a man doing that to a child, I'm going to be the one in jail.
Right. Well, you see, now that was my first instinct was to go ahead and kick in that door and whatever. That was my first instinct because I'm fuming right now. Like my whole face, my neck, everything's turning red. I am pissed even talking about this. But I thought about it. I remember whenever I used to be a juvenile officer, you don't ever want to put yourself in a position with a child that's underage. Okay.
Right.
If she was doing things to him and I were to kick in, she could point that finger at me. We were the only ones in there. So I was coming from a legal standpoint. I'm like, let me get a fucking witness. Let me get a fucking witness. And if I don't care if the cops are coming or not, then I have every right to go after this woman. Then I've got a witness. You see what I'm saying?
But
And
see,
I don't blame you on that.
You
Georgia,
shouldn't
I don't.
have to go and get a fucking witness because I mean that's
No.
time spent, time lost. God knows what could happen. They could be gone at that point.
Right.
You
But
should
see,
be able to fucking do what you need to do right there and not have to
right.
worry about going to prison or anything. I mean, of course, at that moment, that's the last thing you're fucking thinking about, honestly.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
you shouldn't have to be taken away from your family and all that shit just because you did the right fucking thing.
Right. And it happens how many times?
Oh yeah. Too fucking much.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But anyway, sorry about that, Georgia. You were talking about more about Disney.
Oh, yeah, man. I feel like stuff like that happened in that bathroom goes on at Disney a lot.
Oh
Honestly,
yeah.
I feel like it happens a lot. And I feel like something needs to be done about Disney. They're millionaires for one. I feel like they have, you got good people in this world. I feel like some of these good people are being blinded with Disney. I feel like they're saying, oh, it don't matter what they're doing. We're still going to take our children to Disney anyway. And you're a part of the problem too.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, I don't know how people don't see. It's like they still got the blinders on, man. That there's not a problem with this.
Right.
Like
I
you
think a
said,
lot of
Georgia.
it.
You're at fault too. If you're gonna take your kids there.
Right. And I do know some people that have went there recently, and it's just because that's where their parents took them, and they always wanted
As
to give their
kids,
kids
yeah.
that experience, because
Yeah.
they had fun and they wanted their kids to have fun. They're in a way like they're trying to give a piece of their childhood to their children. And
Oh,
I get
absolutely.
that mentality. I get that. I get people that have wanted to do that and do that for their kids. But I know that the few people that have been are very protective of their children, and they didn't leave those kids without sight,
Hell yeah.
even though they were older.
For sure.
So,
Absolutely.
But I agree with you, George, 100%.
And man, I mean, look how far back that went. I mean, I'm sure Georgia, you've seen like those old videos of like them. What was it? I can't remember what movie that was, but like, I mean, you can see like the dude's junk flopping around and everything, and then like
Oh
certain
yeah, I saw
shadows and
that.
shit, or yeah, certain like shadows were like explicit and all that. I mean, like that's been programming even back in the day, man. You know, back when Disney still had this, like you said, the magical kingdom. You know, like it had that innocent, you know, facade to it. Like, what has
And
that done to the youth that grew up watching those?
mm, so, have you talked to him about Disney? And you remember what I told you about? It wasn't Disney; it was Mickey.
Oh, you talking about the mug?
Yeah, tell Georgia about that.
Yeah, so what was it? There's like some special edition mug with Mickey Mouse on it, and inside it says Mickey, like on the inside of the mug, but in the reflection of like the drink, it upside down spells out wicked.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
let's see if I can pull up a picture of that. Yeah, and the tunnels, man. I mean, I'm sure you've heard about the tunnels there too. Like, why are these coming up next to the bathrooms? Like, what a weird place to just have a tunnel that leads out to a fucking cave. I don't know if anyone saw the video, but that guy actually walked through the cave and followed it up and out right there.
Mm. Well, they used to
I
have it under.
also
Go ahead, Georgia. Sorry.
I also feel like there is some trafficking going on at Disney World too. If I'm being honest with y'all, I feel like there's some trafficking going on too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, how many people like go there a year? I mean, massive crowds. You know, it's easy for a kid to get lost. You know.
Absolutely. So I had put it in the live chat, bathroom number 4. Have y'all
Yeah.
heard
What
about
was?
bathroom number 4 at Disneyland? I think it was Disneyland. It might have been Disney World. Have y'all heard about that, Georgia?
I haven't.
Okay. So, yeah, if you see, look at that. What does that show you? It's wicked. Isn't that
Oh my
crazy?
gosh, that is crazy.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is nuts. Nuts. So, the bathroom number 4, supposedly, there are holes over by the trash cans in the bathrooms.
In the
And
bathroom.
and they say it is to help to keep the guys, that are cleaning up the bathrooms or whatever, or the females that are cleaning up the bathrooms, that just they can take the trash out that way. I'm like, uh-uh. Also, bathroom
Yeah.
number 4 is way out of the way in some weird place in the park. Like, it's way out there on a corner of the park, supposedly. Not everybody knows that that's a bathroom. But whenever you get over there, you do see a sign for it. And one one child, I think, went missing in that bathroom. People that have worked there that were janitors have reported in the mirrors when they're cleaning, they could see a kid's reflection in the mirror. Like, like, but there was no kid in the bathroom. It was just them. Like, there was a kid on the other side of the mirror. They've heard kids laughing, giggling, um, talking, crying.
What the
Um,
fuck?
yeah, it's this is and this is like a more of an urban legend, okay, but that was the deal with bathroom number 4 at Disneyland. So,
Yeah, but how many of these urban legends,
right,
every lie has a little bit of truth in it, right? So every urban legend has a little bit of truth in it somewhere.
right. No, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm a little fired up. I'm gonna smoke. Okay, if y'all want to talk. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'll be back.
You're good, Kitty. Go for it. But yeah, man. What else? What else do you know about Disney?
I think there's something behind the word magic. I think there's something dark there. And also, something else I was researching, the man who created Disney was Walt. Do you honestly feel like Walt would want Disney to be what it is today? Or do you think he
Oh,
would have wanted something different?
I kind of feel like he wanted it to become this. I don't know. I mean, I've heard a lot of negative things about him. I don't know if any of it's true, but if that is true, yeah, I think it was him. I think you'd be happy with it. What do you think though?
I mean, him being, born back then, you would think he would have different views than people have now. But you're got a good point there. He may have wanted it this way. Um, because with the children part, I feel like he wanted to attract more and more and more children to his place.
Yeah, that very well could be. And I mean, man, that's the thing is, the trafficking and the pedophilia, all of that, man, that goes back so far, man. And I feel like so many people think it's a recent thing. Like, nah, man. This shit's been going on for what? You
On
know,
top.
I mean, that was back in Christ. I mean, even Jesus spoke about that. So you know, I mean, at least 2,000 years.
I
Uh,
noticed some. Go ahead.
oh no, no, you're good, man. You're good.
I noticed some stuff while I was at Universal that was kind of off. Um, so they had at the time when we went to Halloween Horror Nights, they also had this thing open where you could take your kids. It was like a play center in Universal that you could take your kids while you walk through the haunted house. And I didn't
Oh
have a
shit.
child at the time. Why in the hell would I leave my child at a play place by themselves and go do what I want to do and think everything's going to be a-okay with people there that I don't even know?
Oh hell yeah. And I mean, hell, you look at daycares now. I mean, you don't know who these people are. You don't know what they're doing with your kid. They may look up front like they're a legit place, but you don't know about these people. Do they actually run a background check? You know, do they not care? I mean, people need to research who they're entrusting their kids with. And hell, I mean, they probably just hired some people off the street to come in there and run the daycare.
Well, we have a hometown daycare here. Never heard one complain about it. Never heard nothing bad about it. But I know the people that run it, they're really good people. So I know if someone wanted to take their kid there, I know they could be trusted to take care of their child.
Oh yeah, and small town, that's you know everybody there. I mean, everyone's a lot more close, and you know more about the people, But big city life, man, it's not like you can get that communal relationship with everybody.
Right.
Absolutely. Chrissy brings up a good point. She
Oh,
says
definitely.
she's not saying to be right there, right in there, but damn, be inside to hear and see so you can protect. And that's what I used to do with mine because I have two boys. They hated it. But dude, they knew. They knew, like, whenever they were about a little bit older, where I it didn't feel like it was appropriate for them to go to the women's room anymore. They knew they better take care of business in that men's room because they knew I would go walking in there. I don't give two shits. I would go yelling, "Hey, any men? I have kids in here. I'm about to come in." Like, I'd embarrass the shit out of them. Didn't care, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Gotta do
yeah,
what you gotta do.
absolutely. What's up, Nick? How you
Hey,
doing?
Nick, how you doing, bro?
And
Yeah.
she also said that schools are teaching kids that strangers have feelings. What kind of fucking bullshit is that? Nah, hell to the
No.
no.
The
Like,
teach the teachers nowadays, I feel like, are different than the ones even I had. I graduated in 2019. Um, I found out recently that at our middle school, they was letting this girl be a cat. And all these parents, man, these parents were pissed the hell off. You got rednecks up there at the freaking door the next morning telling them that, hey, our kids will not be around this shit.
oh yeah.
And it was
Fuck yeah.
actually one of the teachers at the school told the kid, hey, you can come here dressed as whatever you want. And the board office, they were mad about it. They had a talk with her. They was like, hey, if you ever do this again, you're gone. You're out of here. We do not
Mm-hmm.
tolerate that here. We do not tolerate that in our school system. If you do not like it, you can quit right now. You can go home. And I feel like that's how it should be.
Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, shit, I remember, I mean, it was pretty lax, but still, we had fucking dress code, you know? Like, you
Yeah.
couldn't. You couldn't be wearing anything revealing. You couldn't. I mean, hell, you couldn't even come in with like colored fucking hair or anything, man. Like, you couldn't dye your hair or anything. You get your ass sent home.
Only thing I wore was boots and pants.
Hell yeah.
But you had even when I was in school, there wasn't really a dress code. You had girls wearing shirts that come up and show their stomach, where they just take it and tie it and put a rubber band or something around it where everybody can see their stomach. They didn't say nothing about that. But what got me the most was I had this principal. He used to torture the fuck out of me. Every day I'd come into school because he knew I did. He knew I chewed tobacco. And he would search me every single day for dip. And eventually I got man enough to tell him. I was about 17 years old. I said, look, you search me again, and I'm putting your ass in the floor. He didn't ever say another word.
Hell yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's just over the top, man. Fucking, yeah, search people. Come on, man. Fucking high school,
Absolutely.
man. Like, that kid's cut up a little bit. As long as it ain't hurt nobody.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, you know, it's okay to dress up like a fucking cat, man. Like, come on.
But it's not okay to use a little tobacco in school. I mean,
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, and you know that's another good point there too. Tobacco, like they are so concerned with kids and tobacco. Like, I mean, they're trying to like pass all these laws and regulations on vapes because it's attracting kids to smoke and shit. It's like, man, you guys are focusing on the wrong fucking issue. Like, kids aren't wanting to fucking vape and smoke because you know there's vape commercials and there's vape products out there behind the counter. Nah, man, cigarettes have been around. Kids, you know, snag a cigarette from their old man or something. You know, that's fucking normal, dude.
yeah,
But you're
yeah,
condoning disgusting shit in schools. You know,
right.
your priorities are so fucked up, man.
Right.
But I feel like it's just a
Absolutely.
distraction. Like, hey, look, we care so much. We want what's best for your kids. Look what we're trying to do to protect them. So you need to trust us that this weird shit going on over here is normal and it's okay.
Right.
Right. I feel like I get it that it's not okay for a kid to smoke or dip or vape or anything else. I understand that. It's not right for a young child to do that. But when there is bigger problems in our school system right now, other than kids bringing tobacco, that should be worried about fixing that problem. You know, how kids are dressing, um, what kids are doing when they come to school, because they have no, we have it down here, but a lot of schools nowadays don't teach our kids what's going to happen in life, what's going to happen after you graduate, you know, where you're going to go with your life. Are you going to go to work? Are you going to go to college? What are you going to do with your life after high school? I feel like they're not teaching that anymore. They're so concerned about, you know, studying and stuff like that. But when I was in school, they had shop class, they had welding, they had mechanics. They was teaching us a trade so that we could use that trade when we got out of school. They're not teaching kids that anymore. I get it, they have to book study. We all had to go through that part. But man, I just enjoyed going out to the shop more and working on a vehicle than I did being in a fucking classroom.
Oh shit, yeah, man. And
Absolutely.
you know, the book learning,
Absolutely.
yeah, you're right. You know, that's important too. But you know, they don't teach you how important it is. Like, you're sitting there doing fucking geometry and shit, and you're like, why is this important? I don't care. I'm never gonna use this. That's
Right.
where a teacher should come in and say, hey, look, all right, man, you like shop class, right? You know, well, if if you want to be like a good carpenter, you want to start doing blueprints and, designing shit that you want to build, then you need to know geometry for this. Look, you're going to be using angles and shit like that all the time, man. And then that clicks with you. Hey, yeah, no, this is how I can apply this. Yeah, let me pay more attention. I can, I can build my trade with this knowledge as well.
Right, and I had to learn that when I was in school, man. I was a class clown. I wanted to make everyone in the school laugh. That's just how I was. And people thought I was so funny, man. I'd get up in the middle of a classroom and just start doing something funny, and everybody go to laughing. Oh, go to the principal's office.
Yeah, yeah. Shit. Nothing wrong with that, man. Gotta have a little fun in school, man.
Exactly, Chrissy. Why are we not standing on the Constitution? I think, unfortunately, a lot of people really don't know the Constitution anymore. And I
That or
think
they're
that
told
they
it's.
think it's something. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was going to say they think it's just a piece of paper that was something nice
Yep.
that, ancestors, the forefathers did way back in the day. And it really isn't relevant to today, which is hogwash. Complete and utter hogwash. They wrote it. I can't even explain to you the way that they wrote it to apply even to the future.
Oh yeah.
You know,
They knew what was
Oh,
coming. They
for
knew
sure.
what they were trying to protect us from.
heck yeah,
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
that's the best way to do that right there, Nick. Absolutely.
And that teaches you too. I mean, I can't remember who I was talking to the other day about it, but like, you know, these schools are trying to create these safe spaces, and this anti-bullying. Which, hey, don't be wrong. Like you shouldn't be a bully, but I do feel like bullies are kind of a necessary evil because it teaches you to stand up for yourself, man. You got to have that
Hmm.
confrontation
Right.
in life because life's going to be confrontation. And shit, going out on
Right.
these job sites with some of these old heads, man, them fucking, giving you shit, man, trying to fucking break you down, build you up, stronger. Like, dude,
Hmm.
that's good shit that these kids need, man.
Right.
Right, they do need it.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Uh, I don't know, man. And I know, like, kind of going into what Gabe was, posting today. The language, man, the hidden language that these people use.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've all seen Church's videos where he's pointed out the shit on Google Earth and everything. Like, how much, how much is this shit is right in front of us and we just don't even see it.
Right.
How many places do we go, or are there signs, or like literal signs on the wall advertising, trafficking or whatever, and we don't even know it because it's encoded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at Chuck E. Cheese. What is Chuck E. Cheese known for? Playground and pizza, right? Place you take your kids to. I mean, is that some more code, or is that something just truly innocent?
Oh,
So
I
let's look
feel like.
at.
Oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead, Georgia.
I feel like Chuck E. Cheese is in this too. I've always felt like Chuck E. Cheese has something dark going on with them too.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
So,
it's supposed to be like Disney, a wonderful place to take your kids. We got pizza, we got games, meet Chuck E. Cheese, attraction for children. Everything now is attracting the children. These
mhm.
people are trying to take good people's children away from them.
Yep.
Their brain, they're brainwashing our kids, and we have to protect our kids no matter what. We are doing our best to protect our kids, but you can only protect your kids from so much because once they start getting on the internet, it's all that they're seeing. It's all they're going to see. I feel like um, Disney pops up so much. Really not Chuck E. Cheese anymore. We had a Chuck E. Cheese in Florida close to us, but it is shut down. They had some problems with the kitchen area and they had to shut the whole place down.
Yeah,
But if you look on TV, on internet, anything, you are seeing Disney so much to the point that you are tired of it.
Oh
right.
yeah. And they're
Yeah.
incorporating with so many other like companies too. So, you know,
Hulu, I had some other ones. Hulu, um, I think they have
uh,
something going with MTV now,
really?
which MTV is not. I don't see why they would have something going with them. But I feel like Disney is trying to take over so many companies. I feel like they're trying to take all the platforms, all the companies. I feel like they want to own it all and make it one big corporation, which is Disney. I feel like they want to turn everything into
Absolutely.
Disney.
Like a big
Oh yeah.
monopoly. Absolutely. I just looked up what George is saying, and he's right. Um, some they have partnerships with Pixar, National Geographic, 21st Century Fox, Marvel Entertainment, A&E Networks, and Vice Media. Now, you and I both knew about that, Stoner Man. But additionally, they have partnerships with companies like Amazon, Roku, and various telecommunication providers for Disney Plus subscriptions.
Yeah.
Disney also
Verizon.
collaborates with organizations like UNICEF for charitable initiatives.
Uh-huh.
Uh
Bullshit.
huh.
Yeah. No, that's just covering the money trail there.
Save a child's life today. So if y'all don't know what UNICEF is, it's the Save the Children. It's a place where young children can thrive in wartime in Ukraine. It's a donation place where you donate for a better world for kids all around the world. It's a
And
humanitarian organization.
and how many, like, how much trafficking is going in and out of Ukraine?
Hmm.
Yep,
Absolutely. And
makes
um,
perfect sense.
and the organs. Sometimes it's not just the trafficking. It's
Yeah,
it's also the organs, even in the kids.
yeah. And you know, George, you're talking about like them merging with MTV or doing a deal with MTV. Man, you know, like look back in the day when Disney Radio was popular. I think they're trying to get influence in the music industry. Well, more of one than they already had. I mean, like anybody with kids, man, you know that, like Frozen, for example. I remember that movie came out. You know, how often do your kids play those movies? Over and over. I want to watch it
over.
again. I watch it again. Yeah, and it's that repetition, that constantly those songs over and over and over again. Then they release the soundtrack, and you get the kid the soundtrack, and they play it all day long. They're constantly hearing those frequencies. And I think they want to take it to a bigger level and take it kind of blend that maturity level of MTV with the kids over here in the Disney.
Hmm. So one thing that Georgia mentioned that I'm gonna go back to. So Chuck E. Cheese, it's a big mouse, right? You've also got Mickey Mouse, who is the main character, the first original character represented through Disney, right? Both mice. Mice dig tunnels, do they not? They
Yes.
do.
Holy shit, yeah. Just like a
So
miner does.
just mhm. Anyway,
Yep.
I just want to say that.
Damn. See, like that's the shit right there. Like so simple and in your face, and you look right over it. We all look over it.
Right.
Damn. But so, Georgia, one question I got for you, man. You know, we all know what's going on. We all know this shit's going on with the kids. And Death Kitty and I listened to a video yesterday that was really eye opening. Really made you think about some shit. What do you think the whole reason behind the kids are? Like, why do they want the kids? Why are they the target? Why are they doing with all of that? Like, what's your theory on that?
I feel like the reason they're targeting kids so much is because they want to convert them into the people that they are. Just like you got people now saying from time their child is born, oh, my child's already trans. My child's not a boy, it's a girl, but it was born a boy.
Hmm.
How can you sit there and say that your child is this when it was born something else? Did God didn't want none of this to happen. I can tell you that. He did not want you to change your gender to male, from being a male to a female, or whatever the case may be. And I feel like they're attracting children to make children believe that all this shit is okay. It's just okay to be a pervert. It's okay to be messed up in the head. That's my
Right.
honest opinion.
Right.
So, what do you think about like the the camps, like the torture camps, and you know the adrenochrome stuff like that?
I lost you on that. Say it
Oh no,
again.
you can. Oh, so what are your thoughts as far as like the torture camps and the adrenochrome and all that stuff?
Oh, I've actually never heard of that.
Really? So yeah, they say that basically like it's the process is they have to torture them, and it's through the trauma they can extract from the blood this chemical called adrenochrome, and basically kind of like a fountain of youth deal. You know, it keeps them younger, and they feed off of it, and that's what they say that these elites are doing with them.
And throughout history of Georgia, I'm going to go way back. So probably, goodness, I want to say maybe 1100s, maybe before them, the Vatican. Um, there was a pope that had a few boys that were drained upside down that were found, and those were popes. So um, this has been around since the beginning of humanity. It's these messed up um, demonic religions, basically.
I feel like they're all connected. I feel like the Church of Satanism is connected to Disney somehow. I feel like Universal SeaWorld, all of them is connected in some way. In some way, they're all connected together. Uh, it's kind of hard to
Right.
explain what I mean, but I feel like they're all in cahoots with each other. They're all on the same page. They know what they're doing. They're attracting the children. So they pretty much accomplished what they wanted to do.
100% facts. I
Oh
know
yeah.
exactly what you mean. Stoneman, I'm going to let you get into what you're getting into there. And then after that, I'm going to kind of reiterate what you're saying from some of the research I've done, Georgia.
Heck yeah. And Georgia, man, anytime you got something to jump in with, man, please feel free to. So, the adrenochrome, yeah. So basically, it's a compound produced by the oxidation of adrenaline. Um, it was first discovered by a French neurologist in 1856. I call bullshit on that. I think that's when it was publicly published, but I think it was
Right.
known about way longer than that.
Right.
So yeah, basically, and like I was saying, you know, it has to be through like torture or trauma and stuff like that to where they can, you know, like extract this. Of course, you know, to get the adrenaline going. But this video we were watching, and we're gonna do like a full deal on that video because it just goes so fucking hard in some really fucked up shit. But they were talking about how it's it's basically about creating like a divide in your brain, and of course, you know, you're when you're younger, you're more, you know, easily influenced. So, you know, this trauma creates like these splits in your personality and creates these other parts of you, and they can use these triggers to trigger you and bring that personality out.
Right.
And he was talking about how a lot of these elites and these cults and everything have these objects or like murals or whatever it might be around, and they'll even keep like objects in their pocket that they'll just pull out and show to you, and it can be as simple as that to trigger this other personality. And basically how these people can be fucking like sleeper cells, normal people, straight upstanding citizens, and then they're triggered, boom, they're this demented fucking person, this demented personality came out.
Or just a
That's
different
crazy.
personality.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
through that trauma, I mean, nothing good is coming out of that personality being born of that kind of trauma.
Right.
That's nothing good.
Right. So to back up with what you're saying, and the research that I've done, and everybody can take this for what they will. I am no religious leader. I don't like religion. I'm all about my relationship with God, and that's my relationship. I'm never going to push that on anybody, anything. But the research that I've done, I do believe, of course, that there will be an end times, right? Of course,
Oh,
because
for
of
sure.
that. Um, I also believe that there will be an Antichrist. And that's not for against any of you people who disagree with me or disagree with the Bible. That is to each his own on that. Whatever your spiritual anything, okay, but this is where I'm coming from. So you've got an Antichrist. Now think about it. From the beginning of humanity, we've always had elite people, royalty. Royalty, they always had the what? The right to rule, right? They always said they had the right to rule because of their bloodline. So you have all these elites, even now, you have people marrying certain bloodlines to try to keep their bloodlines pure and all this. They're elite, these elite people. They are all they are all in competition to be that family that produces or has the Antichrist. And
Yep.
all of these people, these elite people, they've owned various very successful businesses. I mean, corporations. They are infiltrated within the government. They are infiltrated within the Department of Education. They are infiltrated everywhere. So that just backs up, just through the research I've done. Again, that's not me telling anybody how to think. That's just the research I've done from what I've seen. And that just, adds to what you're trying to say there. You think it's all connected. I believe it is too.
Right. Not to get off
And
topic here, but if y'all seen one of my videos today, I done two funny ones today, but I also done a serious one. Um, if y'all didn't see it, at a baseball game, there was this woman singing the national anthem, and on the screen at the baseball game was a pride flag, and she was singing the national anthem. And I spoke about that. I said, according to me, that does not look like, our flag. That does not look like the Star Spangled Banner whatsoever. Why are you singing the national anthem to a pride flag?
yeah,
And I honestly feel like it's to get back at Trump. I feel like they're mad and they're doing whatever they can right now to go after this man. They're going after this man as hard as they can. They want him out so bad they can't stand it. So as long as he's in there, they're going to do everything they can to stop everything that he is doing.
Right.
oh yeah, they're scared shitless of him. Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and and same with the gay people, man. Nothing against anyone
No,
who's
nothing
gay, but
against them.
man, that is disrespectful to our country, man. Like
Yeah.
Right.
you,
That's there's a
everything Trump stands for against pedophilia. If you're against him for standing against pedophilia, then doesn't that make you for it?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And honestly, anybody that uses that argument, I'm already like, I think you're a pedophile.
Oh yeah. Like
I
seriously,
mean,
man.
oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just agreeing. You're good, man.
I mean, I told on one of my videos that I have some friends here and they are same sex marriage. I have no problem with that. And they are totally against these people. Like they say,
Oh yeah.
this is not what gay is. This is not what real gay people stand for whatsoever. And they have children. They actually have two children and they are trying their hardest to keep their children away from the trans and the things like that. There are good gay people. The real ones are coming out and telling that, hey, this is not how it's supposed to be. They're not supposed to be out there in the street acting like they act. They're not supposed to be doing the things that they're doing. This is not what we stand for.
Absolutely. And look at social media. What do? They silence them. They try. They don't
Right.
want those stories out. They don't want those people speaking up.
Absolutely. They messed
They're
up
break.
the algorithm to where those kind of people never get attention. And
Oh
that's
yeah.
Right.
another thing. I'm going to tell y'all, like, Starman, your video yesterday about influencers, I just loved it. Nobody should be a fucking influencer. I don't give a shit
Right.
if you're an influencer watching our YouTube, our Rumble, our X right now. You should not be an influencer. You can make suggestions. You can offer your perspective. If you're an actual journalist, you can provide your facts and your receipts and everything that you've got for your stories. But you should
Yeah.
not be an influencer. And what pisses me off is a lot of these influencers, they don't talk about real shit. It's like they've been given a list of what they can talk about, and they'll all share it amongst each other. And you'll see 30 minutes the other influencer is posting something else about the same subject, and it's like, why don't y'all try to veer out and try to find, there's a lot of shit going on out there. Y'all are just stealing off of each other, and you need to bring light to shit. That's originally what you're supposed to be doing, and now you're not doing that anymore because you're trying too hard to get your monetization.
Well, look at every social media platform, YouTube Studio, TikTok Studio, all that shit. What do they give you in your creator area? Trends. TikTok will tell you, hey, this is trending right now. Take a picture of your favorite 80s movie or some shit like that. And it's like they flood this one topic, and everybody jumps on and jumps on the bandwagon with it, and you've got millions of people on the same topic, and that starts trending, and the important shit gets bumped further down the list.
Right. It's stupid.
It's all on
It is so
purpose.
stupid. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would love to hear other people's opinions, like your friends, like you're talking about Georgia. You
Yeah.
know, I've heard other people say that as well, you know, that were gay, had kids and felt the same way. But I would love to hear that. I would
Oh,
love
yeah.
to hear their voice being heard, you
Yeah, man.
know?
And dude, tell them they ever want to come on, man, and talk about some of that. They were more than welcome, man.
Absolutely.
So,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
man. I just feel like Trump, man. You can dislike how he approaches shit, how he does shit, all you want. It's cool, man. I don't. If you disagree with Trump and how he handles shit and all that, that's cool. But man, if you can't at least stand on the same issues that he does, I do believe there's a problem, man, because everything he's trying to do has been a long time coming. You know, it's he's trying to bring back the values that we are fucking, you know, everyone loved this country so much and took so much pride in it, man. And that pride's gone. Nobody cares anymore. We need to
Right.
bring that back. We need to fix that.
Right. Absolutely.
Yep. Trump Trump is really doing his best. And like I said, as long as he's in there, they're gonna try everything they can. I believe it's gonna come to a point to where it's us versus them. I do believe that there is gonna be a civil war in this country. I do believe that we're gonna have to stand up and fight eventually. I do believe it's gonna get that bad. And people are gonna lose their shit, man, when this happens. People are not gonna be able to go without internet. They're not gonna be able to go without TV. There people don't know how to set fires anymore. They don't know how to survive outside of a home. And people need to
Absolutely.
start teaching the younger generation these kind of things. Because if it don't happen in our time, it may happen in their time. And they need to be prepared. You know, anything can happen.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, so many people rely on their phone to just, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? Certain things you should know
Okay.
now before you need it. Like, hey, how do I, you know, survive? How do I find water when, you know, I can't go to the faucet or I can't go by to the store and buy a bottle, you know? Like, what do I do to hydrate myself? Nobody's gonna know how to do that.
And I'll just go ahead and tell you, some of them videos are dead wrong. We, I have been a farmer. I've lived off the land. I've worked the land. I've plowed the land and I've tilled the land for years with my grandfather. And you learn how to do stuff like that. You learn how to start a fire without a lighter. You learn how to put up a tent. You learn how to catch fish. You learn how to hunt. You learn how to do these things so that if something does happen, you know where you can go. I know where I'm going if something does hit the fan. I'm going to the woods because I know the woods here and I feel like it's going to be the safest place for me to be.
Oh, absolutely. That and, you know, everybody on the other side, they ain't gonna know how to fucking find you, man.
And
They're
like
gonna be
Gabe was
fucking
saying,
hot. They're...
oh, go ahead.
Oh, you good, man? Go ahead.
Like Gabe was saying on the last Just Doing podcast, and be ready. Have a place that you can go if something does happen. Um, he said something about having a bunker, some safe place that you can go to if this does happen. Learn how to make a fishing pole without fishing line that you buy at the store. Um, Learn how to make a weapon. These are things people need to learn how to do.
Oh, absolutely. And man, I mean, I know so many people are like, "Oh yeah, shit's about to hit the fan. Shit's about to hit the fan. I don't know what I'm gonna do." Man, prepare yourself, man. Like you don't have anything, nothing at all, dude. You said you're complaining about the problem, but you're not doing anything to be ready for it when it comes. Like
Right,
that mentality just bothers me. I'm like, well, do something about it then. You know, like I almost feel like I'm more mad at those people because it's like, okay, these some people on the other side, they don't have a clue. They're brainwashed. You know, they think that we're somehow a fucking problem. You know, but these people know that shit's about to hit the fan, and they're just thumbs up the ass. You know.
Right.
I feel like some people are too blind to see that it's gonna happen. I mean, I don't feel like it's got that bad yet, but I feel like it's gonna get worse before it gets any better. I feel like we're in the time now that it's not gonna get any better. I feel like an attack is going to happen on us again because what did Iran say? Whether it's true or not, I'm not saying this is true facts that they actually said this, but they said we are going to do something that America has not seen, and it's going to be worse than 9/11. And they said we're going to do something that America will never forget. And I do believe they have nukes, and that's why Trump's trying to stop them because they have
Oh,
something they're not supposed to have.
oh yeah,
And
but
people on the internet keep screaming, "Save Iran, save Iran," when you don't know that Iran is our enemy too.
oh yeah. And what's even more fucked up is, you know, they're basically hand in hand with the fucking shadow government. You know, our government's fucking been making fucking deals with them, fucking, you know, basically like a sister company to Iran, you know, for decades. And here we are, now we have to deal with the repercussions of that. Us, the people. Our leaders fucking created this monster, and now we are the ones here having to deal with that.
Right. Right. And it goes back further. I mean, look at what the CIA did to those Middle Eastern countries over there. They turned them all into, well, not all, but they turned a lot of them into extremists.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
I mean, they look like people that were dressed normal back in the like 40s and 50s, sometimes up to the 60s. You know,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah. We
so
manufactured all of this. Well, we, the government did.
I will agree with you there, Chrissy. I don't think it's just one sided. I don't think that the okay, and any of y'all who don't like it, I don't care. I have a right to my own opinion. It does not make me anti-Semitic. Okay, so I do believe that Israel has its own issues. Israel is not the same Israel whenever they first started it after World War II. They are not the same people. And I believe that it is not just one dude is one country is completely the bad guy here.
Oh yeah.
If you bulldoze children,
Well, you saw
you
what
have no you have no soul.
well you saw what Trump said when Israel was sending their jets over the fucking
Oh yeah, no,
Iran. He was like, "Hey, you need to send that shit back."
yeah,
He may have
and,
been keeping Iran in their place, but he was like, "Hey, no, 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 you stay over there too. We're
right,
not doing this."
right. So I mean, I believe that there are issues with both countries, but no matter what, I support Trump and what he's doing. Agree with you, Georgia, on that. I back him up 100%. I trust him. Look at what he's been able to do so far. And just like you said, Stoner Man, he calls both of them out,
Oh yeah.
not just one. So,
And I trust Trump to an extent. I've learned not to fully fucking trust anybody. But his actions, what he's done, he has shown that he is doing everything he possibly fucking can. To keep his word. You know, he would have had done sooner if he wasn't facing so much backlash and going to court and fucking roadblocks and shit like that. But like I don't agree with everything he's ever said or done. Like. But I know his heart's in the right place. He's doing taking care of the important shit. My disagreements are all small shit that I'm like, hey, you know what? That's not even important right now. We got much bigger fucking problems to deal with. That's not what he's here for. He's here to fix this shit. And somebody else will come in, be the next president, and he'll start taking care of the smaller stuff because the big shit's handled. But
absolutely. And Chrissy mentioned a thing I wanted to know about. I wasn't able to find it, kind of looking it up, doing a little bit of research while we were talking. Operation 4547.
yeah,
If
what
it's
is that?
something you can sum that up, we would love to hear about that, Chrissy. I know
Yeah,
Georgia would too.
yeah, if you could send out an IG or something, that'd be awesome, Chrissy. But what have y'all learned about CPS? Oh, that is a good point, Chrissy. Good fucking point. Those people, and I think we've touched on this before on an episode. They don't
Mm-hmm.
give a damn about protecting those kids. There are some
Mm-mm.
real sick motherfuckers out there that they just ignore every fucking problem, but then there are good parents losing their children.
Right.
Their priorities are fucked up as well.
And
Right.
there are many people that have come out that are grown now and saying that CPS is involved in the ring.
Oh yeah. I mean, look at the foster homes, like the entire foster system too. Throwing kids with basically fucking strangers.
Right.
And they're like, oh, well, we do checks and, we run background checks. I'm like, no, no, you don't. You are a government entity, and like the government, you are bloated and fucking don't accomplish shit. Everything is miles of red tape and paperwork. You know, it takes you years to get a child out of a bad situation, and that's years of fucking shit happening to them that could have been fucking prevented by them giving a shit and making a better fucking choice for that child in the first place. what good are you serving?
Right.
But I don't know. The ring is deep, and you know, it once again, like Katie said, anybody has a problem with it, get over it. But dude, the illegals are a fucking problem too, man. You know, the cartel is trafficking fucking kids as well, and all we're thinking about is, like Chrissy said, their fucking feelings. Why is that important? Why is protecting our women and our children, not a fucking priority?
It should be a priority for sure. Um, Women and children definitely do need protecting 100%. Um, and like you were saying, um, who can you trust to take your child to? Like during the day, say you got to go to work. Both parents have to go to work. Say you don't have contact with family and you have to put your child in a daycare. Well, you want to know everything that you can about that daycare. And I feel like some of these places are sitting there lying to the parents' face about who the staff is that's working, what goes on in our facility. I feel like they're hiding it and they're lying about it.
Right.
Absolutely. And what is the most trusted place in a lot of people's opinion to take their kids to for Bible study? They take
Bible
them to these
study.
big corporate churches. Like I've never liked like the life kids and stuff, and the life churches. I always just felt like there was some Joel Osteen shit going on in a lot of those places. Like what happened to the small church, in town where everyone that attended and everything, and you knew who was going to be, talking and teaching your kids and all that. Now you have these big, pretty much a fucking corporation taking your kids to church now too. Yeah, I think a lot of shit goes on in there, those places, and everyone just thinks, oh, hey, it's a church. We can trust them. No, that doesn't mean anything.
Well, they got places around here that have community churches. They're little small churches. They've been there for years and years. And then the church that we go to sometimes is a Baptist church. It's called Hickox Baptist Church. You pretty much know everybody that goes there. It could be your cousin. It could be um, your wife's brother. It could be your wife's dad going there. It could be anybody in your community going to that church. So when I go to that church, I know the people that's doing the children's church and the Sunday school for kids. So I know that I can trust them. And I feel like some of these big churches, you just go into these big churches and you don't know nothing about it, but you still trust your kids to go off with people you don't know.
Right.
I'm gonna wanna before I let my kid go off in a church I know nothing about, I'm gonna wanna meet the people first. And I'm gonna ask them some questions. And people can think, hey, you're little you're too much of a parent, I guess I could say that. You may be too protective, but I mean, in this world, you have to be. You have to be like that today. You have to
Yeah.
watch your kids 24/7.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. And I mean, especially, I mean, shit, if you grew up going to that church and your kids are going there, you know, like that's established trust. It's not like a new place. But I mean, hell, yeah, we have churches, we have daycares, we have schools. After school comes college for a lot of them. Where you're handled so much of your life, you know, at least 18 years of your life, you're fucking handled by somebody else. Like, what does that do to you, you know, as a child? You know,
Mhm.
you're like, okay, well, yeah, mom and dad, I need to listen to them, I guess, but these are the people that pretty much raised me and I see every day, and they're telling me, you know, don't listen to mom and dad, do this instead. That's influence, you know.
Absolutely. And Christy's comment here, church is the devil to me. What happened to being in nature? Everybody's different. Absolutely. There are people that see and feel God being outdoors, not in a church, you know. But to me,
Oh
that
yeah.
doesn't make church the devil. It just depends on the church, kind of like Georgia said. Depends on the church. You know, if you're over there and you're all there for the right reasons, you're there to, like worship God and what you're supposed to be doing in church, then it's not evil, but it depends on the church, like Georgia said. Agreed, we need to get in tune with the vibrations of people. And that goes for everybody as a whole. I hope everybody does. Now, the way I look at it, because I have a different perspective from a biblical perspective, and Georgie will probably understand this as well when I say it. The Holy Spirit just gives us discernment that lets us know that gets that vibe off of people, you know. And this is where a lot of people are like, you need to be able to feel people out and, like be able to understand their vibrations and stuff like that. You're getting a bad vibe from them, they need to walk away. It's all the same stuff, it's just different terminology, you know, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But
Well,
hmm
I think Chrissy, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think she was meaning it like the proper noun, the church, not church, but
the
you know, the
the
like
the
like the like the corporate entity church, you know.
oh, I see, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah.
misunderstood that. But yeah,
Like
no,
you
totally.
yeah, like the motherfuckers out there banking off of, you know, religion, banking off of Christianity, you know. Sitting
What's
there
up,
and
Patriot? Patriot's in the
yeah,
chat,
what's up,
Georgia.
Patriot?
What's going on, man? I wanted to
But
say,
yeah, go for it.
whatever happened to the times where you could ride your bike to the neighbor kid's house, the neighbor kids could come over, spend the night, hang out, watch movies as a kid. What playing outside, is that a thing of the past too? Because man, when I was little, that was my favorite place to be, was outside. There was so much to
Oh
do
yeah.
outside, man. Build forts, um, steal dad's firecrackers and go play with the firecrackers. Man, there was so much shit you could do outside. And kids have lost that because all they want to do is play video games.
Oh fuck yeah, man. Dude, video games are fun, but shit, after a while you're like,
They're
man,
fun, but
I'm
when
tired. I fucking go outside, something. But
but
yeah, man, I mean, days of
but
getting
growing up
skin
where
knees.
go ahead.
Oh, yeah, you good, you good.
I mean, growing up out here in the country, yeah, it's different from being in the city. You pretty much everybody knows everybody, like I've told y'all before. And when I was little, there used to be a neighbor kid. I used to go to his house all the time. He used to come to my house all the time. And we didn't even have to talk to our parents about it because our parents knew his parents so well. So we could just hang out anytime we wanted to.
Oh, hell yeah. Man, you know, that's
Those
another
were the
thing they're trying to take
days.
away is those, you know, they want everything to be a big fucking city. You know, they
Right.
don't want people to have those kinds of relationships, man. I
Right.
mean,
And that goes back to Chrissy's comment about nature. They want to
yeah.
take that away as well. Why? Why do they want to take it away? But go ahead.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, they want us in this fucking concrete world. They don't want us to be able to have nature. Why? Because we can survive off of it. God gave us everything we needed on this fucking earth right here. And If they can cover it all with concrete, we don't have anything anymore. That's just the way I
Right.
see it. But
Yeah.
We we um we definitely don't want that to happen around here. There's plenty of farms out here, and if they come out here, it's not going to be good because last year or so they tried to pass a bill around here where if someone, they're low income, they don't have anywhere else to live. Well, if you got a camper on your property and they're living in that camper, they wanted them to move and go somewhere else. And they tried to pass a bill here that said, hey, these people in these campers got to get out of these people's yards. And a lot of these people went up there and fought that and saying, hey, where's my family going to go if they have to move? They ain't got nowhere to go. Most of these people in these campers in people's backyards and they're low income, where are they going to go? You just expect them to get up and go. And we fought that hard here. We did not want them to do that.
yeah,
And I feel
Right.
like the government is wanting to take away so much farmland. But I've heard some farmers here say some bad things about Trump. Some say they don't like him because he don't do nothing for the farmers. Well, on the other hand, I tend to disagree with that because he has stopped a lot of farmland already from being took in certain places. Like North Carolina is a big one. They're taking away so many farms in North Carolina. You got the tobacco farms. That's a big state for cigarette tobacco. They're trying to take all that away. And they're not understanding when you take this away, you take away people's food, you take away people's livelihood, you take their job away. They're trying to take all this stuff from us.
yeah. And see,
Absolutely.
you spend so long fighting these little battles too. It's like they want to keep you busy and distracted as possible. You know, you're
Mhm.
like, well, shit, I gotta stand up for my community. I gotta stand up for my country. I gotta stand up for my neighbor. You know, like they want us constantly strung out and spread thin like that too. You know, because the less problems we have around us, the more we can, you know, come together and say, hey, we the people are fucking done and we want to change now. You know, remember, you work for us, not the other way around. Right? We're fucking tired of being treated like, we work for you.
Right.
Right. United we stand, divided we fall.
Absolutely. They want us so
Absolutely.
fucking divided.
Mhm.
But, kids, this should not be an issue with the kids. This should not be a fucking discussion. You know, we should just fucking do something about it.
Right.
And I just feel like this is not a fucking priority to anybody out there. Well, not anybody. The majority of these people don't see that this is a problem. They're like, no, no, this isn't real. This isn't happening. It is. Open your eyes. It is fucking happening. Where are all these kids going? Look at these fucking true crimers. What are they fucking solving? They're doing nothing. They're getting clicks and views and making money off of nothing.
Right.
Like it's like a fucking joke to everybody. What in
Right.
the hell is wrong?
Agree.
Not to give off too much information about it, but I told y'all I used to hang out with bikers. I still talk to these bikers, really good friends with them, and they are totally against this shit. They are 100% against child molesters, all that bullshit. They want it gone. So I asked one of my buddies that's in the club the other day. I said, "Hey, are y'all gonna rise up and do something about it. And he said, I'm not going to give you too much information, but yes, we are. We're taking our children back, is what we're going to do.
Heck yeah. Good for them. Good for them.
Fuck yeah, man.
You
And
know.
dude, right there, those people are the fucking true heroes, man. They're the
Mm-hmm.
ones that are unsung. You know, nobody looks at them and says, "Oh, they're gonna be heroes." They're just a bunch of fucking hoodlums.
Right.
Yeah, they may raise some hell, man. But dude, at the end of the day, they have a good heart. A lot of them are good people, man.
Y'all
They're
don't
not
have
a
to worry. I never did nothing bad when I was with them. I was just a prospect. I actually came up to be a prospect
hell yeah. Nah, you're good,
because
man. You're good.
the guy that runs it, he something went down while we was there at a bar, and he liked how I handled the situation. I did get in a little trouble for it with the law, but we got it all sorted out, situated. I actually threw a guy through a bar window because he come in that bar and he said, "The outlaws ain't nothing. Y'all not gonna do nothing." So I said, one of my buddies told me he's in the club still. He said, "Won't you go there and punch that dude in the face?" So I'm young, I'm dumb, I'm already intoxicated. So I said, you know what? Watch this. I walked over there and grabbed this dude, grabbed him, and like ran with him and threw him out the window.
hell yeah.
And then after that night, I got so much respect from them. They said, "Hey, you're going to be a prospect. You know, you can come up to get your colors one day." And when my mom had that conversation with me about, hey, maybe these aren't the people you should be hanging out with, I kind of just said, I'll still hang out with y'all, but I don't think I need to actually be in the club.
Hell yeah. But shit, man. That's the thing, dude. Everybody's got their part in this shit, man. We're all gonna play our part somehow, some way. This isn't gonna be done by just one or a group of people or anything, man. It has to be all of us. And anybody knows the term "where we go one, we go all." That's
Right.
that's what it is.
And I feel like with the Creek Squad stuff, with, you know, us being ride or die Creek Squad, I feel like we're losing loyalty. Loyalty, people that are loyal are proving it. People that are not loyal are proving it. And with bikers, they're all about loyalty. I can tell you that straight up, hanging out with them so long, they're all about loyalty.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And if you fuck up, then it's your ass. And the same thing here now. All these people have come against church. Every one of them has come against one man because of one reason. My honest opinion, this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're doing it for this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
So
yeah.
you tell me you attack one man that did nothing to you but help you, get you on music, set your whole career up for you, and pretty much tell you, hey, I got you set up. We're gonna make some good ass music. I'll help you out. I'll pay you. He took care of these people, and they do what they did to him is unfucking believable. Man,
Right.
if I had a chance to just go hang out with church, I don't care about his money. I don't care about him being famous. I don't care about none of that. Just to be that man's friend would freaking be awesome as hell.
Oh
Right.
fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
And I always knew there was something about, yeah, Adam. I always knew there was something about that guy. I did not trust that guy from day one. I said, "There's something about this dude. He's a poser for one. He's not a real country boy. So,
Oh
Right.
fuck no.
they have a
That's
reputation.
right. You guys on X and Rumble, we are talking about Adam Calhoun.
Oh yeah, X loves Adam Calhoun, Tom
They
McDonald.
love Tom McDonald more, but
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
X hasn't figured out what the fuck is going on with them, but
Well,
yeah.
I mean, we're not going to stop you from liking someone.
oh yeah, but just understand who you're liking is all I'm saying. Like, understand
Right.
that
Right.
hey, these are not real patriots, men, at all.
Mhm.
If you still like them after that, hey, go for it. But at least know a little something about them, you know.
Did you
Right. And
see
just be
what?
let me know so I can unfollow you.
Did you see what they done at freaking Redneck Rave? They was playing
Huh.
just Trey songs. They was playing
What?
up church songs. And then just in time want to get up there and be like, fuck church, my drunk ass, fuck up church. That's your best
Wow.
comeback, buddy. That's the best comeback you got. That's all they want to say now is fuck up church.
Hmm.
Wow, man. Like, dude, his diss song, like the one where he's like walking through the grocery store, man, I was floored by how terrible that was. I was like, man, everything you have ever released sounds better than this, really? You're going up
Right.
against the man, dude. You're supposed to pull out your best shit right now. Come on.
I know, right. And church has proved everything to be right this whole time. Everything church is saying is the fucking truth. I don't
Oh yeah.
care what anyone says. You can see that it's the truth.
Oh yeah.
And Goon Squad, no disrespect, but y'all need to wake the fuck up and realize who the enemy is and who the good guy is.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
And you know, man, that's my problem with a lot of these people who claim to be Creek Squad and all that shit. When you are supporting these artists, whether you're doing reactions, sharing it on your stories, listening to it on your way to work, whatever, man, and you know that they're over there doing some Diddy shit, you've seen some weird, questionable shit over there, and you still choose to support them, like, man, there's a time when, yes, it is about the music, but dude, there's a time when it's like, you realize every time you listen to this guy, every time you give him attention and he gets another fucking click and view, you're paying him, right? You realize
Right.
you're
Well,
fucking paying
Yeah.
these people.
let's go a step further in Adam's comment about raping a baby.
Yeah. Like, dude.
Who the fuck thinks like that? That is not a natural thought that should come to anybody's head in
No.
natural conversation. And if you think like that, there's something seriously wrong with you. And if you
Yeah.
can still get behind that dude after he says some shit like that, I don't want
Yeah.
nothing to do with you.
Yeah. Because, dude, once again, like, you're okay with somebody doing shit to kids. I mean, there's no evidence of this, but dude, if you're gonna say some shit like that, okay, you already have those fucking tendencies. You know, let anybody who knows a fucking psychiatrist fucking ask them, see what they think.
Mm,
You know, like, dude, how can you stand behind somebody like that? How can you pay them? How can you listen to their music and be okay with that? Like, I don't care if I like the song or not. I ain't gonna fucking listen to you anymore.
right. Yeah,
Yeah. And
absolutely.
how many people are still throwing money at these people, man?
Right.
Because, like, either they're okay with it or they're just not fucking seeing what's being put right in front of them.
Hmm.
And
Absolutely.
also, they're buying bots. you can
Oh yeah.
obviously tell that they're buying fake accounts. And Adam had blocked me because I messaged the dude when all this shit,
Really?
when like during the middle of it, I messaged Adam. I said, "Hey, look, you're a piece of shit. You're a scum of the earth. I hope you eat shit, and I hope you stop doing wapping." And he just fucking blocked me. Never said nothing, just fucking blocked me.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, no, come back to somebody you don't even know. Okay,
And see, and these are the motherfuckers that are always trying to fucking act all badass and shit, and then
I
they act
know.
like children on the internet, man.
Did you
Like,
see? I still don't like Johnny Gobble. If I
oh fuck
offend
no.
somebody, I'm sorry. I still don't trust him. But he did smack the fuck out of Triple T. That was some good
Hell yeah.
shit. Man, I was at work and a ding went off on my phone and people were sending me that video and I'm like, what? Hold up. Johnny Gobble slapped Triple. Oh, I got to check this shit out.
Hell yeah, man. Damn, that shit was funny, man.
I'm glad he stood on business. I wasn't expecting that from him. I give him props for that, for standing up and, handling his fucking business. But at the same time, I still don't trust the dude.
Oh
Um,
no.
him and his turkey neck, I don't trust him.
Shit, yeah, man. That was fucking badass to watch, though.
And,
But yeah, man.
I hate to talk about it, but I seen it and now I got to say something about it. You remember Matthew
Which one? You talking about reaction or?
Reaction Garage?
Yeah, yeah.
Now he's supposed to be back with us again with Creek Squad. But a lot of people saying they're not going to trust him, which I understand that. But I also understand what Hosier was saying. You know, some people deserve a second chance, but
Oh
it's your
yeah.
choice if you trust them or not.
Oh yeah. I do believe in second chances. You know, I've been given mine, and don't know where I would be right now without them. You know, so, but I definitely feel like shit, we've all seen how snaky these people can be, and I think we're all just kind of on edge and like, hey, we just gotta watch our backs, man. I mean, dude, I've had even fucking Chop Easy following me. I'm like, why are you
Uh,
following me, man?
He right before he started going live with Hickorybilly, he followed me. I'd had no clue who he was, not any idea who he was. I followed him, so I was like, okay, he's a country rapper, so I'll follow him back. And then even Hickorybilly was saying on his live one night that he knew something was going on, that there was something not right about this dude. Because the night that Church came into Hickorybilly's live and Chop Easy was in the live, he was acting funny the whole fucking time. Like
Really?
barely talking, barely saying anything, just sitting back and watching. And I said in my mind, this motherfucker, I can see what he's doing. He's sitting here observing so he can go back and tell them.
Yeah. And see, yeah, you never know who those people are, man. You know.
Right.
But
Right.
you're right. You know, no hate
Like
towards
Ambrose.
anybody.
Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, like you said, Georgia. You know, no hate to anybody who chooses to still follow those people. You know, just watch your back, man.
And like Ambrose said, Real Creek Squad is coming out. We're starting to see the fake ones.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
Because you see how some of them, like Dagburn, that he's back in the Creek Squad all of a sudden because of one situation. You got people that turned on church in the beginning, but now they're saying, "Oh, I'm Creek Squad again."
Yeah.
But you've done fucked that up. you've already talked shit about church, and now you just want to come back and say, "Oh, everything's good. I'm Creek Squad again."
Yeah.
Right.
And could you know one like you said too though, second chances, but dude, you're definitely gonna be fucking watched because nobody trusts you.
Right.
You gotta earn that fucking trust back. You can't just expect to be able to jump right in and everybody be cool with you.
I mean, I'm always going to support church. I've said that before. 100% going to support him. I'm an OG creeker. I've been a creeker for a long time. Um, s- since his Vine days, pretty much. I've been a creeker for that long before I even knew what creeker was.
Hell yeah.
Because I told y'all in my interview that I heard about him because my buddy had a funny video of church on his phone. I was like, "Who is this guy Ryan Upchurch?" Or it was Upchurch the Redneck. So I
Yeah.
looked him up. He's got some funny ass videos, and I'm like, I go on his YouTube, and he's got songs, and I started listening to him. I was like, "Holy shit, this dude is talented as hell!"
Right.
And I'm like, "This guy's a redneck. He's got a gap in his tooth. He don't give a fuck what nobody thinks or nobody says. Holy shit, that's the kind of people we are. Hell yeah." So ever since then, man, I have been Creek Squad 100%.
Fuck yeah, man.
Because I feel like I can relate to church more. Some people are saying he needs to go back, to the old school church, but church has never changed. He's always been the same. He's not never given a fuck what somebody thinks.
Oh
Right.
yeah. And dude, I mean, his sound is matured, man. He's honed his skill, man. He's more talented than he ever was, and he was already fucking talented from day one, man.
Now, don't get me wrong. I still play the old songs too.
Oh shit, yeah, man. Shit, yeah.
Um, I don't know if Bottleneck turned on him or not. I don't think so. I haven't heard anything like that. But there's this one song, "Redneck Way of Life." I know it's got oh Justin Adams. Is that his name?
Yeah.
I know it's got him on it, but I still think it's a pretty badass song. And you can tell Church wrote that dude's lyrics for sure.
Oh yeah.
But the dude was talented as hell. He could sing, he could play the guitar. If he would have not said the shit that he had said about church, he would have been set for the rest of his life. Because church is all about helping someone out. That's
Absolutely.
what he's done through his whole career is help other people. And they have turned their back on him and said all the shit that they've said about him. I mean, I can't blame the man. I would be pissed the fuck off too.
Oh shit, yeah.
Because you've let these people live in your house. You've let these people eat your food. You bought these people vehicles. You've done everything that you could for these people. And then they do you like they do you. And I don't
Right.
understand that.
No.
Yeah. Man, did you hear his unreleased tracks he was dropping on Instagram?
Oh, hell yeah. Those sound
Dude,
nice.
fuck yeah, man.
I
Dude, for
can't,
real, he needs
man,
to
I
release
can't
an
wait till he
EP.
drops them.
Oh hell yeah, man. Dude, and that's what I'm saying. Like, his albums are fucking solid all the way through, but his remixes on YouTube, man, some of that shit is just so badass. Like, dude, please, like, fucking just throw all this on an album or something, man.
Man, have y'all heard, I think it's Alpha Omega? It's a
Oh
remix
shit,
by
yeah.
her. That was so fucking badass, dude.
Oh shit, yeah, man.
And I was experimenting with some of that. How he can change up the flow on a song. so easily. He can go from rapping one way to rapping a different way, from rapping to singing. I mean, he can do everything, man.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
And
Like,
these other people, they don't realize it. I mean, you can tell me all day that church sucks, church ain't good, church is blah 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 blah. But when the facts are right there, how can you say someone is not good when Creeker went to #1?
fuck yeah, man. And dude,
Could,
that was such a different sound for him too when that first came out.
oh man,
Like, I don't
I
think
remember
anybody expected that.
I remember when the first Creeker 3 come out. I was like, holy shit, man.
Dude, I gotta say, like, 1 and 3 are tied for my top favorite for sure.
I like one off of Creeker. There's at least 3 off of Creeker 3 that I like. Flamin' Halo for one, Massacre, and No Trespassing.
Oh,
Hmm.
dude, that monologue on No Trespassing, man, that was
I
fucking
know.
It was
badass, dude.
It was
badass.
beautiful.
Like, if that doesn't fucking inspire you, man, I don't know what will.
I know. And I don't see any of them doing that. I don't see them going to #1.
Oh no.
But they
Right.
want to lie and say that Adam Calhoun is #1. No, he's not. We know
And
that's
what
a lie.
and what the fuck are they doing to help other artists? This
Nothing.
project that we still haven't seen?
Hmm.
And that young boy, Shaka Hustle Man, is that his name? That young
I
boy
think
that
so.
hangs out with him. He's from Tennessee. I actually used to like that kid. I actually used to like him before he started running with the wrong people.
Yeah. Well, shit, we're gonna have to wrap this up here in just a minute, man. But I do have another quick question for you. So on Turbulence, I can't remember what song it was. I think it was I don't really care. He actually gives a shout out to Lil White, and then all of a sudden, Lil White's over there almost immediately hanging out with those motherfuckers.
I know.
Like, was he really giving him a shout out, or was that more of a middle finger? Like, hey, I know what you're about to fucking do. Because when you kind of listen to it, like at first, yeah, it sounds like a shout out, but then again, it sounds like more like he's calling him out to me. So, do you
It
think he
does
might have
sound
already
like
known
that.
about that?
Yeah, it does. I get what you're saying. It does sound like that in that song.
Yeah. I mean,
He,
shit. How much of this has he seen coming? You know?
I know he predicted it before it happened.
Oh yeah. And he even told us, there's gonna be so much shit in that album that we're gonna look back on and be like, hey, he was laying it out for us right there.
Right. And I love his music 100%. That's why we're all here because of his music. But I also like Church's backbone. He's got a backbone and he don't take no shit off of nobody. And that's how it honestly should be.
Hmm.
Fuck yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Dude. Yep. He's definitely somebody that would make a good role model for the youth, man.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
100%. So, before we go, babe, is there anything else you wanted to talk about? I didn't want
Uh,
to interrupt.
no, no, you're good. I'm good if you are, Georgia.
I'm good.
Okay. So, I know that originally our promotion was, pizza tunnels and magic, right? The Magic Kingdom. So, I'm going to break this down a little bit more. Let's go to the founder, Walt Disney himself. Who here knows that he is involved with the FBI, the CIA? Did y'all know that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So he was actually an informant for the FBI during the Red Scare. I will give him this. Walt Disney was a big anti-communist. Heck yeah. He spoke out against communism many times. But with him working with the FBI and ratting on anybody who he thought was a communist, um, he also opened up his studios because they would have studios there for actual not cartoons but like real life movies for the FBI. And one of the theories out there is that actually that's where the moon landing was shot.
Huh. Holy shit.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay. And then also, since he was buddies with the FBI and whatever, so when he originally had this dream, he wanted to, like, there was a whole bunch of land in Florida that he just wanted to buy up, but people were living there. And so I guess because he was already helping the FBI, they had two dudes from the CIA that went out there and helped him. And they would go to these people and they didn't know that it was going to be Disney that bought their land. They didn't know that because they were using a different company at the time. So they thought it was a totally different company. And so the CIA was like, okay, these two dudes that helped him out ended up getting all of this land for him to where he could go ahead and start the building of Disney over there in Florida. And he was like, oh, well, this is going to be horrible because it's split up in between two towns and the taxes and all that. And well, no, that's not what it was. He was the CIA did him a solid by dividing it in between two towns, so that way it could help with that tax exemption.
Hmm.
This
Holy
is part
shit.
of the problem that DeSantis has been calling out with Disney here in the last 4 to 5 years. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so another thing about Disney, darker side. He actually lied about his age to get into the Red Cross whenever he was underage. And after and I believe he served as well after that, but whenever he came back, his first Disney character was actually not Mickey Mouse. Babe, I sent you a screenshot by text message. Could you pull that up on the screen? It's a mouse and it looks like another animal.
Yeah, let me get that pulled up here.
Okay. But did y'all know that Mickey Mouse is not the first character? No.
This
Yeah,
one's
that's it. Okay, so you can see Mickey. That was the first one, a rabbit.
Huh.
It was a black rabbit. And okay, so that was the first character. And what rabbits have a lot of symbolism. They have symbolism for, of course, money, prosperous, fertility.
Yeah.
Anyway, so after a while, he ended up doing Mickey, and Mickey became the main logo. So going forward, we're going to get to the darker side of it. There have been people that, after they were grown, that did accuse Disney himself of being a pedophile. Okay. And one was Bobby Driscoll. Bobby Driscoll was, I believe he was an original Mouseketeer. Let me look that up. And the poor dude, he never dealt with what happened to him very well. He kind of aged out of Disney, so he stopped getting hired. He was a provider for his family, like so he was bringing in the money for his mom and dad, and I believe his dad was the manager, and his dad ended up taking his money anyway,
Mm.
as well. And he didn't deal with his prior abuse well, from being in um, from his life, right, from his young life, that he ended up getting addicted to drugs, and um, he ended up being found pretty much. I want to say he was found in, I want to say it was like a ditch or something, and he had overdosed. Now, one that I cannot find, and I don't know why, but it's been mentioned before, is Jane Weinman. Um, if that name sounds familiar, that is Ronald Reagan's first wife.
Hmm.
She also said the same thing, according to a few sources, but I've tried to research that and I can't find that anywhere. So y'all take that for what you will. But the Bobby Driscoll stuff, that's pretty well known. That was a heartbreaking tragedy for that dude. So those are the things. Now, a lot of people say that Disney was Frozen as well. I remembered hearing he just had his head frozen. And the underground, that's underground there, um, that was actually a place where the employees could go, and stuff like that. And there was another underground facility where, like, the people could live there. Basically, the people that worked there could live there and stuff like that. Now, I found out though that according to everybody, that doesn't mean that it's true or not, right? He has not been frozen, nor his head frozen. He was really big into cryogenics. He did want to be frozen. He donated a bunch of money to the first cryogenics like company, legit company, and he was in talks with them and everything. But he ended up passing away before they did their first um, client, I guess, with cryogenics.
Hmm.
So he had a lot of different faces, you guys. A lot of different faces.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
Um,
look at all the young Disney actors and actresses
oh
started
yeah.
out as kids, and look what they've become.
Oh yeah. Look at Nickelodeon. That
Hmm.
specifically. Okay, so okay. How many times have y'all heard about Disney employees being arrested within in connection with like human trafficking or child trafficking?
Yeah, a lot.
A lot, right? So to line it up, in March 2022, 4 Disney employees um, were arrested. Okay. September 2023, 3 were among 200 arrested. And this was an undercover ring that they found. 2024, it's one, October 2024 was a Disney employee among 157 arrested in an undercover trafficking ring. So that's what I've got here. Now, of the 4 from March of 2022, I texted you another picture. Can you show that picture
Yeah.
um, as well? And this shows you, actually, this is September 26, 2023. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, so these were the 3. One was a training coordinator, another one was a custodian, and then another one was a security guard. Doesn't it seem with those titles that that was a part of a much bigger operation? It was
Oh
really
yeah.
easy to get these kids in and out.
Oh, easily.
Oh, for sure.
It's always about the convenience because I mean, they don't want to be seen. This is the biggest fucking cover up, man.
Right,
That and it is a fucking high dollar industry, unfortunately.
right. And that's not to mention, of course, Disney's been in the limelight. The company Disney's been in the limelight before for child labor. Back even in the 90s, it was found that they had child labor workers that were making like maybe $1 or $2 an hour, making tiaras and wands because that was like the most popular thing that they sold for their amusement parks. And yeah, now they fixed that issue, but they still have child labor overseas, and they pretty much have the attitude, well, we can't control what other countries do, but yet you're going to other countries, and that's the way they roll. So I beg to differ on that, but anyway,
See, you're touching on some really rabbit hole shit here, Kitty.
yeah. Sorry, I'm a nerd,
No,
and I
no,
I
no,
do
you're good. You're
research, and
good.
like I see these things. It seems like a lot, but this helps to bring up some more of that stuff that y'all are thinking about probably in your heads right now. Like, hey, hold on, I'm probably going to talk about this next or whatever.
Oh, you're good. You're good. No, I'm just kind of showing some stuff on these caves here. Just leading people to kind of take a look at some of these. But yeah, there's a lot of key places. Like you were talking about with that. Convenience. They want this to go down in the most silent way possible.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a network of people, and they all do their part to keep things under wraps. If anybody comes out trying to speak on it, they're silenced. Anybody who says that this network cannot be that big, that there are not all these people working everywhere all around us, running this ring. Look at
Mm-hmm.
Scientology. If those people can harass you and stalk you and keep tabs on your life and everything, what the hell makes you think that somebody can't be doing the same thing somewhere else?
Right, right.
Devoting that much time and energy and money, for what do you call it, observation and all that. So, I
Yeah,
mean, we all know Scientology's fucked up. So,
right.
obviously, there are people who are capable of these things out there. Yet, all we say is, no, no, that's crazy talk.
Mm-hmm.
At least think about it, man. Stop discarding these types of thoughts. Like everything that you just said there, Kitty. I mean, that's a lot of stuff that people are going to just dismiss. Nobody's
Mm-hmm.
gonna look into that. Nobody's gonna be like, huh, stop and think. That's the part of the problem too. We can
Right,
all get up here and talk about, what a problem this is and where we see shady shit going on, but it just doesn't help until people listen. Everybody wants to talk, but nobody ever wants to listen. That's the problem.
right.
We always say, guys, never take our word for shit, man. Do your
No,
homework, make your own decisions. But we're just here to give a different perspective, man. Like I said, if you can just listen, maybe we might say something that hits home one day. Maybe we'll make a difference.
right. And if it's not hitting home right now, if you have kids, think if this happened to one of your kids.
Yep.
If you don't have kids, if it happened to your niece or nephew,
Yep.
like that's all you got to think about. And unfortunately, like, because we are the highest predator, like, in that way, we are the highest predator, like, of all the countries. The United States is. In that way, we are. And unfortunately, because of that, most people have had it done that are grown.
Yeah.
So why would you want an innocent child to suffer? You know what you went through. Why are you going to allow that for some poor innocent kid? Like, think about that. So anyway, sorry, I'll get up on soapbox now.
No, you're good. No, you're good. And another thing too is there's a lot of other darker beliefs out there that talk about like an evil being born of a child. It's always a child. And, a for me that makes you think a lot about the sacrifices going on and everything, but also like you were saying, Kitty, with the elite families, it's the competition to be the one to, be able to bring in the Antichrist. I think they want that through the children. It's like, yeah, they can extract this chemical from these kids and, they get enjoyment and thrill and energy and all this shit that they absorb that's beneficial for them, but also through all of this trauma that these kids are enduring, you know, a lot of them, I mean, a lot of them don't make it past that very long. They either can't survive or they kill them. And, you know, it depends on where your belief of what the soul is and what happens after death. But for me, I do believe our soul is moving. That's why some people have memories of past lives and shit like that. And, you know, I believe these kids will be born again. The soul will be reborn with a new body, and that soul has been damaged. It's been, molested, and that soul is going to go through that again and again and again. They want it so many times that that soul is so broken, and all of the light is out of it, and all that remains is that dark void. And that dark void, whichever child ends up receiving that soul, is what they will be the child to bring in the Antichrist. I think that's what they're trying to do. That's how this ties into, like Satanism and all of that. They are trying to birth the Antichrist.
That's crazy.
Through
You've
the
told me this
children.
theory before. I'm like, it is so dark and so just. It's
And
crazy. You never know. That could be what they're thinking. Who the fuck knows, dude? Seriously.
and for all you late night conspiracy theorists out there, they say that one of the theories on what is on the dark side of the moon is the soul recycler. Basically, it harnesses the souls after death, and they can control where those souls return to.
I
Like,
could tell George is like, hold up one moment. Hold on. Hold on.
dude, that's playing God. That's not okay, man. That's not shit we should be fucking with.
Amen. That's a good question. How do we heal these kids?
Oh shit, my bad,
Absolutely.
guys. My comments were stuck. I didn't even see all these guys. Shit, my bad, people. I'm so sorry. Thought my y'all jumped out of the chat here. But yes, Christy, absolutely. I don't even know where to begin on that one.
I think that, and I'm not going to say too much, but because this is, I think a lot, okay, I'm going to put it very generally. I think the people that have been, you can understand where some of these kids are coming from. and know how to help them work through it. I think that would be very important for them to have somebody like that around in their lives. Not a counselor. Like, I mean, yeah, if the counseling's needed, they need something other than that. They need to be able to carry through life because not everybody's going to want to talk about it. Not the kids don't always want to talk about it either. They don't. And why are you going to make them do that? But anyway, yeah, that's just that's a good question. So,
Well, I hate to leave, guys, but it's getting pretty late here,
Oh no,
y'all.
you're
absolutely.
good, man. You're
We're about
good.
to leave too. Yeah. I just I hadn't had a chance to get through all that stuff. It's been great having you on, Georgia.
Fuck yeah,
We
man.
appreciate it.
Thank y'all for letting me
Oh,
come on.
anytime, anytime. Shit, yeah. Once again, guys, if y'all haven't checked out Georgia Redneck, man, Instagram, YouTube, check out. He's got some badass tracks out there. Independent artist, and he's also doing comedy now. So check him out, man, on social media. We got his links posted in the chat. Hey, thank you so much, Georgia. Hope you have a
Thank you,
badass weekend, man.
Georgia.
I appreciate
Mhm.
y'all.
Take it easy, bro.
Much love. Creek
Creeps
Squad.
Club?
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to go through the chat here and catch up a little bit. Fuck, I feel so bad, guys. My bad. Um, but yeah, I know we got a little off track there for a little bit. Anybody who jumped in not knowing what we were talking about. um, but guys, we could go on for hours about this.
Night
And
Patriot.
yeah, Night Patriot, thanks for joining us, man. Hope you all have a good weekend. Um, what was I saying, Dithky? Oh yeah,
Oh, you're saying
yeah, like we could go on all night about this, guys. There's dark shit in the world, and where all this ties into, you know, we're all still trying to figure it out. But just one thing I've learned is the best way to help these people that I have found, and this isn't a cure all, it's just something to help. You know, we just got to keep making sense. The more we can, make sense to people, the more we can get them to open their eyes. And it's, so many people want to get angry. I've seen so many people like just getting outright like knockdown drag out fights over this shit. Man, all that's doing is getting you worked up, man. There's a time to use that anger, coming from somebody who has been a very angry person, time for an anger, and there's a time to be like, hey man, let me just talk some sense to you. Let me lay this out for you in a way that you can understand here. And, just I know it's hard sometimes, man. I struggle to remember that these are people, man. As much as they piss you off because it's like you are fucking part of the problem, you know, they are still our neighbor, man. We still have to show them love, show them agape. And yeah, I'll talk shit on blue hairs all fucking day long, man. But I do hope these people wake up, man. I do hope the woke shit ends and people can just be be united, for lack of a better words.
right, right. You wish it for the betterment of themselves, you know, because
Absolutely.
you care about all people. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I say people piss me off, they do. But
yeah.
I don't actually wish anything bad upon them.
Mhm.
Well, Kitty, did you have anything else to add before we close out for the night, or?
I don't. I don't. Chrissy, you've been awesome. Everybody else has been in the chat. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We had Patriot Nick just doing. Um, Georgia, thank you again, bro, for coming on.
Fuck yeah, man.
Um, and everything. And you guys, thanks for watching. If you want us to cover a different subject, or something different on this subject, find us on either X or Instagram and message one of us and let us know.
Heck yeah. And guys, of course, next Friday is Independence Day. So we are going to be doing a show on Thursday because who the fuck wants to watch us when they could be out there blowing shit up? So we're gonna do a show on
Exactly.
Thursday.
America.
Eric, motherfuckers.
America.
So yeah, we're gonna do a little Independence Day episode. Nothing too long. I know one's gonna be wanting to fucking get that 3-day weekend with their family. And anybody working on 4th of July this weekend or next weekend, any weekend, man, fucking you guys are the unsung heroes too, man. Keeping shit going. You know,
Absolutely.
people look down motherfuckers that don't work weekends. People look down motherfuckers who do work weekends.
Hmm.
Man, once again, agape, man. Don't be looking down at people because they weren't blessed enough to be able to take that time off.
Right.
Shit's
Absolutely.
gotta be done, man. Shit's gotta be done. Alright, y'all. Well, thank everybody in the chat so much. Sorry again about fucking up on the comments. But everybody, thank y'all so much for joining in. And once again, we couldn't be doing this without you guys. So much love to y'all. Have a badass weekend. Remember, Creek Squad motherfuckers. Oh, and fuck Disney.
Fuck Disney. Fuck you, Disney.
Yeah.
Creek Squad.